Buenos dias, luminous beings. So happy to see you all, Narayan. This is a double decker we get today, and you too, Mary Alex, and Lisa and Jim. Lisa, Jim, Mary Alex. You don't even have to pause there between your names. And Marty, here we are again. But I want you all we're going to talk about uh, the dove, the dove. We're going to talk about Noah's Ark a little bit too today. And we're going to talk about relaxing, as you can look at happy now at the edge of my bed. Doesn't she look relaxed? Yeah. It's important starting you off on the light side of life. I know, right? Exactly, Narayan. And continuing, starting off on the light side of life, and we continue. There's no end to our eternity, you know. Eternity, just think of that for a moment. Eternity, that's a forever, right? Well, I know we've said things to loved ones before, many lives probably. I love you forever. I'll never leave you and all that. But as Yogananda points out in many places in his writings, that, yeah, but we don't have the power to say that until we have the consciousness to be it. You know what I'm saying? That we don't have. And this is another idea that I want to just put up for us, since you're all so open and receptive and just like sponges taking in the light right now, taking in the love right now, taking in everything beautiful and powerful as you are, just as you are. Yeah. Is that heaven, heaven needs to be made here. That what we want to be when we leave these shores, we need to be it now. That's a big statement, but it's really ultimately true. That we don't change because we die and then go to heaven. And heaven just says, oh, yeah, come and enjoy now the pleasures of heaven. No, we are, there goes, yeah. Now, yeah, so some of you, if you can relax on your back, sleep, rest on your back, that's happy, by the way. Yeah. So we get this example. I had to pay her big bucks to come online with me and just play relaxed. Um, but anyway, no, we have to be, we need to make all the changes here. And that's why this life is so important. Look at that. Good one, Clark. Yeah, good one. That's why we have to be on our best behavior, my dears, because we can't for sure make any more karma than we already have. That's what's keeping us from, all these beautiful things and deeper dives into ourself and more awareness and more consciousness and this and that, and making a heaven out of this duality dream delusion that we're in, right? But honestly, I just want you just to really take to heart how important these holy days are. We have a solstice coming up. We have probably one of the most important holy days, because the new year has got to shift majorly. The new year's got to shift majorly. And that major shift is going to happen to you inwardly and to all of us inwardly first. But that takes care of what I just talked about. That if you take care of this present moment and you're unplugged from your sensory nerves, you're unplugged from worldly appetites, you're unplugged from that, and you're plugged directly into the source socket. You're plugged right into the juice, my dears. The juice that gives you, pure prana energy, that gives you, a balanced nervous system, the juice that gives you the ability to stay young at heart. So people look at you and you tell them your age and they go, oh no, there's no way you could be that old. Right? So anyway, good morning, Sarah. And I think I saw you there already, but I didn't say hi. So hi, Sarah. And anyway, so let's just hold out. There you are. Thank you. Good to see you. Can't see you enough. And yeah, so these are very important days. This needs to be the most special Christmas you've ever had. Or, yeah, or any other way that you honor these days, this time of year, in whatever denomination or no denomination that you are. This is a pivotal time for planet Earth. So pivotal. But more importantly, it's what we need to do anyway, even if life is peachy keen and roses blooming everywhere, you know, and just grace and ease and abundance for everybody. Even then, we would need to put on our best attire, be the best that you can be today. And the outcome of that is spectacularly bringing heavenly delights, not only here, but in the afterlife. Okay, so that's it. That's what I wanted to say. So let's close our eyes. If you not have closed them already, and let your spirit soar. Let it soar. Let yourself have a holiday, holy day today, right now, starting right now. Can you imagine being at such peace and such joy and such love that it didn't matter what your day is going to be like? And when you go through the day, that it doesn't matter what the outcomes were or no outcomes, that you just were so centered in the delights of your divine self, in the heavenly delights of your divine self, that you were just at peace. You were just, you couldn't be happier. You don't need to do anything more. You don't have to have this mastered and that mastered. No, just as you are. Just imagine that. Just imagine it. And as I mentioned in the Gita this morning, Krishna has a quote that says, I am easily reached by the yogi who is single-hearted, who remembers me daily and continuously, and whose mind is intensely focused on me. I'm easily reached. Oh, your happiness, your heaven is easily reached. It's easily. If things are hard, my dears, it's because the delusion has us in a vice grip. And we can't seem to get out of it. Because easy, we can't even say that's a word for the delights of heaven. They are divinity, divine experiences. So imagine that your day today is filled with divine experiences. That doesn't mean crazy, lights going off and samadhis and ecstasy. Doesn't mean that at all. It just means that you feel better than you've ever felt in this incarnation before. That's all. And God is ever new, ever new. Every moment is ever new to God. So he's got a consciousness and an energy, obviously, and awareness. Words to put it. That can make each moment more delightful than the one before it. So let's don't ever settle for that we're this way or that way, even on our great days, because the next moment could be the best one. And it will be. It will be the best one with God. So we're going to I'm going to read you a little something. Well, two little things today, but just enjoy this moment, would you? Could you? And there's more and more wonderful. Keeps a coming, it keeps coming to me. It's the happiest day of my life. It's the happiest day of my life. And there's so much love coming to me. There's so much light beaming down. And there's so much love coming to me. So much light beaming down on me. And there's more and more wonderful keeps a coming, it keeps coming to me. And there's more and more wonderful keeps a coming, it keeps coming to me. That's the spirit. That's the spirit, my dears. And just know that when things aren't quite what we talk good talk, we talk, positive talk, we talk, heavenly things and this and that. And if it's not that, there's a good chance that somehow the guy that's supposed to make things really hard on us in this delusion, there's a dark side and there's a light side, and there's the dark side. Its job is to get you stand, get you feeling not good. All right. So this first little reading might give you a clue to something. What does it say? The devil studies you. He knows what tempts you and what triggers you. He knows what makes you insecure and what makes you pull away from God. He uses guilt to make you feel unworthy of grace and shame to make you hide from the very one who came to save you. He wants you to believe you've gone too far, that you've fallen too many times, that your story is too messy for redemption. Huh? So, does that sound kind of familiar, my dears? It kind of did when I was reading it. Isn't that a good little paragraph about the dark side, right? The devil he studies us. He studies us. Let me read that one more. He studies you. He knows what tempts you, what triggers you. He knows what makes you insecure and what makes you pull away from God. He uses guilt to make you feel unworthy of grace and shame to make you hide from the very one who came to save you, God. He wants you to believe you've gone too far, that you've fallen too many times, that your story is too messy for redemption. So this is a follow-up to what I just read, okay? If the devil can't make you give up your faith, he will try to wear you down. See, this is another tool the dark side uses. If the devil can't make you give up your faith, He will try to wear you down emotionally, physically, and mentally. Now look at my dog, but that ain't you, because I mean, this what I'm reading ain't you. That's what you are. Relax, relax, on your back, feeling the love vibes, feeling safe, loving the one who's taking care of you, which is for us God. So if the devil can't make you give up your faith, he will try to wear you down emotionally, physically, and mentally, my dears, until you feel too exhausted to fight. Mm. Whoa, whoa, right? Are we right about that? But God is your strength. The Lord is your rock and your fortress and your deliverer. My God, my strength, in whom I will trust, it says in Psalm. My God, my strength, in whom I will trust. When you feel drained, lean into God's presence. Lay back on your back, as Hap's doing right now on my bed. Lean back on your bed, on a safe spot, in a safe house, in a safe moment for you. Just lay back when you feel drained, and lean into God's presence. Or just lay on back into God's arms. All right. The enemy may try to weaken you, but he cannot overcome the power. He cannot. The enemy cannot overcome the power of the one who holds you up. The power of, you're more and more wonderful is coming to you. That power which got you online this morning, right? That you're here listening, that you're here before a reason that is really important to you. You cannot overcome the power of the one who holds you up. So stay rooted, my dears, in truth and let God renew, renew your spirit, not to drain your batteries, but to renew your spirits. Wow. Just popped onto my phone a prayer for a better me. God, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I mess up more times than I want to admit. I say I'll do better, but I keep falling short. Please help me become a better person. Please remind me to treat everyone with the same respect and love that you showed me. Humble my heart, Lord. Remind me that I'm not better than others, but that we are all equally loved by you. Clear away the negativity and selfishness within me and remind me to practice what I preach. Lord, if I lose my way today, remind me to reflect, repent, and return to you immediately. Though I may never be perfect, I trust that with your guidance, I can grow every day into the person you've called me to be. God, I love you. And I'll never be ashamed of passing this prayer to my friends and my family. God, help us all to follow your will and become better people. If you trust the power of prayer, say amen. It just came in. I have good stuff that comes in because I'm always looking for good stuff. So just lay on your backs, my dears. Relax. More and more wonderful is coming to you. More and more better is coming to you. And that's better in a way that is God's way, is your soul's way, is truth's way. Maybe a little mantra could spice things up a little bit for you. In each breath, I feel better. In each breath, I feel better. One miracle after another is coming to me. One miracle after another is coming to me. So, my dears, I have a little reading. It ties in with my morning stream, which was the Bhagavad Gita, but it's perfect for us right now as well. This is from the Galactic Council of Lightworkers, and it's called The Dove After the Flood. The Dove After the Flood. Knowing when it's time to begin again. Knowing when it's time to begin again. Like after a disaster, after a down cycle, after an upset, after an argument, when to begin again. So, this is a metaphysical decoding of discernment, patience, and inner timing. Discernment, patience, and inner timing. So, next time you're not like relaxed on your bed, you're biting your fingernails. Know that what is necessary is to have discernment, patience, and inner timing. So, this is not a story about birds. It's a story about how consciousness knows when the chaos has truly passed. See, there's a time and season for everything, my dears, and reason for everything. So, this is a story about how you can have that divine timing when it's perfect to, release from the arms of dependent living on God's strength and to get back into the groove because the chaos has passed. So the flood has already happened, my dears. There's been destruction, cleansing, and total reset. In other words, whatever chaos hits you, blindsides you, knocks you down to the ground for the count, there's been some destruction. There's also been some cleansing and some total reset. But this is the phase where everything collapses. When you're in this kind of in between worlds, after some really draining energies, this is collapses in that in between stage, collapses old identities. It's you're in this situation because it's you're being drained. You've allowed yourself to be drained because everything's a teacher, my dears. And so it all collapses. Your old identities, false structures, borrowed beliefs, and ways of living that no longer fit. So that seems to all crumble and collapse. The flood isn't punishment, it's rebalancing. So you have the flood, you have the waiting. Like Noah didn't rush. The ark floats, the water remains, the world is quiet but uncertain. This is the hardest stage. It's after the crises, before clarity. After the crises, after you blew up a conversation, after you said something you wish you never had said, things like that. That's the hardest stage after the crises. And before you get clarity again. You might have a little calm come in, but you don't yet know if it's safe to move. You're still shell shocked. You're traumatized in some ways. So here comes a character called the raven. First, Noah sends out a raven when the tides were getting high and then looked like the ark was going to drown, submerge. He threw out a raven. The raven never returns. The raven represents the scavenger consciousness, survival mode, feeding on what remains of the past. Yeah, you're feeding on the remains of the past, survival mode. The raven represents that, never returns. Some parts of us can survive in chaos, dear. They don't need healing, they just adapt. But they don't bring guidance. So in comes the dove. Then Noah sends the dove. The dove returns because there's nowhere to land yet. This is called discernment. So now you're getting some clarity. You're returning to your good self, but there's nowhere to land yet. This is called discernment. Just because the storm is past doesn't mean it's time to begin, my dears. In comes the olive leaf. Noah waits, then sends the dove again with an olive leaf. This time, no, he sends it again, but this time the dove returns with an olive leaf. This is not full certainty. It's a sign of readiness. Life is remerging. The ground is forming. Stability is possible. And the final release, Noah waits again. When the dove does not return, Noah knows, not because he was told, but because inner knowing was matured. Noah's inner knowing was matured. Timing is not forced, my dears, it's recognized. So the hidden teaching to all of this. A chaos situation or the flood is total inner reset. Next time there's chaos, it's a total inner reset. The ark is protective awareness. So you have awareness, some kind of, detachment from the whole thing. The raven is survival instinct. The dove, you know what the dove is? Intuition. You know what the olive leaf is? Emerging stability. Yay. Because the dove with intuition came back with an olive leaf, which is emerging stability. The waiting is wisdom, and the release is readiness. So, the moral of the story, my dears, is not every calm moment is a green light. True beginnings happen when intuition no longer returns with questions. Wow. True beginnings, the reset, a good reset and a new true beginning happens when intuition no longer returns with questions. It knows, it knows. So here's a little reflection for you all. What phase are in right now? Are you still floating or ready to land? What part of you rushes too early? What part knows when the timing is right? The dove after the flood teaches this. Wisdom is not speed, it's timing. Mm, it's not speed. It's not how fast you can move and get things done. It's timing. And when the moment is right, you won't need to ask. You'll know. You will know. When the moment is right, you will know because it feels so all inclusive, your energies, all balanced, harmonious. You just know. So, this is from, as I said, Galactic Council of Light Workers. They have a little saying: evoke divinity, awaken, integrate, and embody. All right. Just, just breathe, my dears. Just live this present moment fully and completely, as Yogananda says, and the future will take care of itself. Relax. Use your discernment. Let everything blow over. But in the meantime, it blows over the best when you are sending love, forgiveness, compassion to that chaos. Forgiveness, love, and compassion. It blows over and you feel better. And then you have your own divine timing and you're set to reemerge. You're set to go. Everything's clean. The slate has been clean. Your heart feels great. Your mind is calm. You're ready to rock and roll. And if none of that works, take a nap. Go pet your dog. Go for a walk. Say a Hail Mary. So, my dears, thank you for your time with us this morning, or wherever you are, whatever the weather is in your neck of the woods, whatever is the temperature, not only outside, but inside you, whatever is that balance, that equanimity that you're working to have, and just letting everything, the things that need to blow over. The things that you cannot change or fix, you just let go. But always have a beautiful, loving, energy going out to that particular thing. There's always that. There's always that wonderful follow-up of just sending, it's like make sure that the situation is all even Steven for you and everybody is to just have that feeling that you've put everything good into whatever it was. And then you can keep sending that until you yourself know that that's enough. It's perfect. And everything can just get back on track. More and more wonderful keeps coming to someone like that. Yeah. And there's so much love. There's so much love available. Gosh dang. There's a whole Uh, been given away for free. Love is free for the taking, my dears. Yeah, you don't have to spend a penny. You just have to just know that that is the feel good of all feel goods. All right. That is the salve of all salves. That is the medicine of all medicines. That is the joy of every experience. Is that love where you can have the love constantly. I think I mentioned earlier, what if there was this perfect balance within you? What if you were just filled to the gills and this was the day and it unfolded and it kept coming to you, it kept coming into you, it kept coming into you. Usually it comes and then goes, right? Because we go, we take off somewhere. So everything stays. Everything that is beautiful, wonderful, everlasting, and true stays. All right. So you got your glasses on. They're all cleaned up. You did a nice job wiping them super clean. And there's so much love, like I said, coming to us. So boom, there it is. And we care tremendously, tremendously. We care. We're the care bears. Yep. And we love to share, just like we are now. Each of you, thank you for sharing that beautiful light. You've made this talk, whatever we do, you made it happen. We all come together and we all make something magical happen. So thank you. Enjoy today. I'm so happy for you. I'm going to be happy for you. All right. Yeah. I'm going to, if I can't see myself, in a way that I'm sharing with you, sometimes we have blind spots. But if I see you that way, as Yogananda said, if you are always thoughtful to other people, automatically your cup of happiness would be overflowing. So I'm going to be so happy for you today. All right. All right. Much love, my dears. And we'll see you. We'll see you. I'll see you in the beautiful energies that we share together always. Aho, 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 aho. It's I was going to say it's off to work we go. We're not going to work. We're going to the delights of the heavenly worlds brought here into this one. Wow. Yeah. We're starting heaven today. All right. Much love, my dears. I'm all filled to the gills. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Love you all. Namaste.